Welcome back to Rogue Trader. Let's go into this totally not suspicious area as well. A crowd of cultists has surrounded a tech priest crucified upon a mechanism. A rhythmic whisper repeated by 100 voices blends into some blasphemous enchantment. Powerful discharges of the motive force run through the machine, causing the unfortunate prisoner's body to convulse brutally and forcing woeful cries of pain from his lips. The tech priest's hoarse voice echoes under the ceiling. In the clenched claws of stagnation, in the shackles of iteration zero, under the iron wing, let the cycle be discontinued. Pascal's mechandrites spring into combat mode instantly, and a wrathful rattle comes from his vox. I am registering a severe violation of the purity protocol. The blessed Amarnath has been captured by heretics and is being tortured. Are you sure he is Amarnath? Confirmed. I do not observe his face, but I recognize his voice. Let the cycle be discontinued is the blessed Amarnath's motto. Let's look around the hall. The heretics have taken up positions everywhere, and many more are doubtlessly hiding in the passage leading out of the hall. For now, they're all focused on the sacrilegious torture of the tech priest, and does not notice you. How's he bearing this torture? A devotee of the Omnissiah is capable of withstanding great bodily torment with no loss of functionality. But where flesh is reinforced with sacred iron will preserve, the purity of spirit may perish. I hypothesize that the heretics have made the blessed Amarnath a participant in some variety of sacrilegious ritual. Though sacrilegious torture, they're trying to break his will and turn him into an unholy terminal, with which to control the reactor's outer power circuit system. We must save the esteemed tech priest without risking his life. The mechandrite points to the corpses of heretics lying nearby. We can use the blasphemer's clothing as a disguise. Unrecognized, we can sabotage the power units, overloading them and thus cleansing the Hall of Heretics. The lightning discharges have charred the cultist corpses. Whiffs of smoke rise from their empty eye sockets, whose contents have evaporated. Their clothes are covered in the blood of innocents and are crudely painted over with emblems of the arch enemy, which exude a repulsive air of soul decay. I shudder with disgust at the mere thought of having to touch clothing adorned with unholy symbols, let alone wear it. This is the first step towards failing, a small compromise with evil that will lead to something greater. Is there truly no other way, Rogue Trader? The signs of the archenemy are not just painted symbols, but conductors of its will. The words of their prayers, even spoken without faith, their coats of arms, even deceitfully worn, all that increases the presence of the ruinous powers near you, and draws their corruption attention towards you. Okay. Fine. I'll not allow any corruption to touch you. We'll vest ourselves in faith and kill every last traitor of the Golden Throne. Let's go. Another desperate scream rends the air. So be it. May the Omnissiah protect the blessed Amarnath in the coming battle. Death to the blasphemers. Yep. Let's go.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Okay. There is a lot of troops right here. Okay. They don't seem particularly strong, though. I'm thinking that we have jobs. Go down here in the middle. And then we'll have some ranged units here. Henrik's is going to go in this direction. We have Abelard, who will help Jabs here. I'm thinking when this guy is very late. So Idira, you probably can do something there. And we'll have Argenta here. There's 27 enemies in this. That's kind of rough. But I think we can quite quickly dispose of a lot of these.
Let's see to it.
So I don't think they're particularly strong, at least not the normal ones. Okay, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Oh, there's one there as well. Was planning on... You have a 67% chance to kill that. Okay, I don't think that turn indicator was very accurate. It's a 61% chance from there and a 61% chance from there. I think we do buff ourselves here with the Machine Spirit Communion. Okay. I think we try to kill this. Good. Oh, they're coming down. That's perfect.
Your end is near.
That's really perfect. I don't want them to stand too much up there. We have eliminated 2 so far, which is not exactly enough. Any priority targets here? I would like to get rid of this guy. However, this guy's a sniper, I think. Or what weapon do you have? Technically, no, but it doesn't seem like you want to come down from there, so I'll get rid of you guys up there a bit. It's unfortunate that she is gonna get hit by this. And I think this guy is gonna have a... Yeah, that's an attack of opportunity right there. How much damage does this do? It's not that much. Yeah, so she's gonna take some damage here. Unless I just do this.
Was that you?
Okay, fine.
Or what an unfortunate turn of fate.
But then she won't get any more attacks of opportunity. Okay. I did not pay enough attention to that, apparently. Okay. So we go here. And I think we do this. And then... Oh. Let's get rid of these.
High momentum.
Indeed. Someone else can do this.
Should be able to kill this in one hit. Perfect.
At your beck and call.
We'll do brace for impact and then the wounds.
Focus, Van Kellogg's. Focus.
Hopefully Idira is out of reach for them. That would be very fortunate if that was the case.
I need a foothold.
You do, kind of. We're gonna cleave in this direction.
Gone.
Perfect.
I won't go down easy.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure we hit
For
most
the
of them.
throne's glory.
Perfect. Okay, fine. I don't think that's enough, honestly. Okay. So it's gonna be her turn before anything else, really. Let's see if we can do some damage here. I'll take it, honestly. Cuts and cracks appears on your skin. I mean... Okay, it's time to start picking off things.
I am his will made manifest. I'll do it.
We'll start here,
Strike is a prayer.
and then we're gonna keep going in this
I act. None can escape the
direction.
Emperor's judgment. Doubt is for the weak. Each strike is a prayer.
Cool. So now we cleared out the battlefield here and protected Idira a bit. Which was exactly what I wanted.
Cover me.
Well, that seems like a good idea. She is starting to do a lot of damage with that.
I'll make it happen. You never stood a chance.
That's fine.
Who if not me?
A little bit confused if this is all there is to this fight.
My place is at the fore. I will do my
So
duty.
let's get rid of this guy. Perfect. The warp is deaf to my prayers. I'm just gonna do a normal hit here.
Reckoning is
Perfect. 10 plus strength and toughness. We'll cast that on jabs for now. Can't quite reach. But I can reach this guy to do some damage. Let's do that. And I'm shooting straight into our friends here. It's not exactly ideal. Let's see if we can do this. He's gonna turn into a monster, isn't he? Oh, we killed all of them. Okay. Yeah. I just... Before we save the obviously tortured guy... Luminadecon's command throne. Let's go loot some more things here. I am a totally sane person doing all this looting before I am helping the guy, right? It's fine.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Distribution servitor. Okay, we have some secret hidden goods up here that we can reach from downstairs, apparently.
I always have a backup plan.
We do have a safety system control altar. More things. A locked chest.
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
More loot. More loot. Okay, let's talk to the guy. In the cycles of the foreordained, there lurks a flaw of worship. The tech priest's body convulses. Pained, plaintive creaks of binaric prayers come from his vox. As moments pass, the signals become less and less clear, as if something twisted and wrong were being added to it. Pascal studies the tech priest's face carefully. His vox system moans in a tragic vibrato. Subject unidentified. This is not the blessed Amarnath. Stranger, I request your name. How do you know my mentor's motto? I mean the tech priest. There are deep burns all over his flesh, and the skin around his augmentics is charred. Blasphemous spells have been carved into his sacred iron, forming unholy litanies of scrap code. It's amazing how robust the tech priest's life support systems have proven to be in maintaining the spark of life in his grievously wounded body. Who are you, servant of the Omnissiah? The fire of the hearth sent forth sparks. The name of this spark is Abel and Newman. Isn't that the guy that we have in our party? The tech priest looks over at Pascal. For a brief moment, his speech becomes clear. The echo of my call has reached you. Good. The iteration is at its end. The design is fulfilled. What's the intention? Why are you calling yourself by my name? Was it you who summoned me to Rykad Minoris? What for? I categorically demand an answer. Pascal's voice rises to an intimidating howl, but the delirious tech priest does not seem to understand what he's saying. What design? An intention both bold and honorable, to open new gates for the waters of knowledge and comprehension, a plan written so that the righteous may follow, and trust in the great pattern of revelation and uniform progression towards it. Pascal's voice in trembling with elation. Those are his words. I have not heard them in so very long. Ask him about Amarnath. You came here because of him, after all. No. The tech priest's weak voice grows stronger. He came because of himself. Myself? To redeem myself. To correct a mistake, possibly, but how do you? There's a look of gentle condescension in Abel's eyes, strange given the circumstances. The hubris of the mind spurs him to build monuments to himself. Do not regret, for all is predetermined by the iteration. A devastating coughing fit cuts him off, and you hear a clang of tearing metal from inside his chest. You can talk once we get him out of here. A cold premonition rakes the heart. The probabilities are dark and frightening, brother. I do not wish to gaze into them. We are the flame of knowledge that drives the darkness away. Pascal is quickly inspecting Abel's wounds, paying no mind to the blood and sacred unguents staining his sleeves. His voice rasps soothingly. Do not fear what is to come, brother. We are already here. Do you know him, Pascal? The subject has not been identified as a no record in my catalog. Interrogation is impossible due to the subject's evident affective state of clouded consciousness. How did you kill those heretics? What technology did you use? Existence has worn thin and threadbare. Eschatos has discontinued the cycle. Eschatos? This word does not appear in my catalog, but I am aware of its existence. Perhaps it sounded in the blessed Amarnath's sermons. I must consult my notes. Try to take down the tech priests crucified on the machine. As soon as you touch the tech priest's battered flesh, he shifts his gaze to you and says with a sudden clarity, Many sparks have gone out, but not all. The electric shepherds are alive, in the darkness. I heard their prayers. Find them, save them, recite the hymn of contact circuit restoration so that you may behold what is hidden. A blast of the motive force runs down the tech priest's body and his face contorts into a mocking grimace. Malformed binary code, repulsively jarring on the ears, spurs out of his vox. Information archived to the effect that the circuit restoration hymn is the entrance password to the Electro priest's hiding place. Pascal responds with dour rhythms of a containment area. I note with great sorrow that the Costis ritual has been partially successful. My tech brother has been tainted by corruption. He's in the grip of a schismatical and unholy imitation of a machine spirit. I request immediate activation of the exorcism protocol. What is a schismatical? An ugly mockery of a noble machine spirit, created by the warp. Sometimes a few lines of despicable scrap code or a small clump of the motive force falls out under the archenemy's influence and degenerates into an abomination of this sort. One whose very existence is an insult to the Omnissiah's wisdom. Well, we're following the dogmatic here, so we're granting the Emperor's peace to the tech priest. Let the tainted be eradicated. As the possessed man responds with a burst of repulsive laughter. Every now and then, a word or two of Gothic finds its way into the binaric obscenities pouring out of his vox. In what seems to be the schismatical tentative forays into a language that is alien to it. His body convulses, his joints twist at an unnatural angles with the sound of bursting steel crumplings. As the possessed man thrashes about, his internal augmentics emerge gradually through the hanging tatters of his flesh, as though an iron homunculus hidden inside the tech priest was trying to cast off the meat cocoon it no longer needed. Pascal's mechandrite extends a thin drilling needle. Sacred Urgent glistens. Unguent glistens on it. A code purification aria is heard as the needle sinks into the possessed tech priest's skull and touches his neural augmentic, forming an electric circuit with it. Extreme strain is visible on his face. Furious litanies pour out of his walks. Results: failure, requesting assistance. Send a purifying charge of the motive force into the possessed man's body. May the machine god heal you. Undaunted, you grab one of the severed cables and press it into the tech priest's body, and a shock of a formidable power shakes the possessed man. Machine oil gushes out of his mouth. His vox hisses deafeningly as the flow of the motive force burns corruption in his sacred iron. The overload destroys some of the circuit boards of his neural augmentic, resetting his code, and erases the schismatical from his existence. The tech priest's eyes roll up, and he loses consciousness, crushed, yet alive, and no longer in the thrall of corruption. With the utmost care, Pascal takes his body down from the mechanism and lays it on the floor. His stirring litanies of gratitude to the Omnissiah echo through the hall. Rest, tech brother. We'll come back for you when we've done our duty to the miraculous fusion reactor. Lord Captain, the Omnissiah commands a pious mind to strive towards uncovering the truth. Therefore, I will not stop until I find my mentor and understand his connection to the servant of the machine god. I request the privilege of joining your retinue as a rightful companion. I can offer to fulfill the duties as an engineer on your ship in exchange for the right to follow you and conduct my own investigation. Sure. Do that. Do that. Okay.
Is there money to be made?
Let's see if we can get in here then. Yeah. So
I'm listening.
do I still have to wait? It can be opened by a special prayer. Yes. What is that special prayer though? Did we find anything? I don't think we've found anything to help us with this.
Locomotives are fully operational.
I don't think we can go up there. There's nothing here. Oh, well, this guy's standing up for some weird reason.
Executing request.
Well, we can loot these now. Which is interesting. And we've already been out here and there was nothing really to gain there. There's some goods here though. Okay, well, we missed that, but Nothing else, really. This was the room with the guy. This does nothing. This is outside. Okay. This. Okay, these guys are also randomly standing up right now. Oh, okay.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I guess we're going in here then. Dar Impulse 6, a shortish, muscular man wearing the scarlet colors of the priesthood of Mars, steps into your path. The wrinkles on his cheeks and forehead points to his propensity or frequent outbursts of fierce anger, but right now he's showing no signs of aggression. Glowing blue patterns of electric tattoos or electus show through his oddly bluish tinted skin. The man's eye sockets are dark and empty, yet he turns his face straight towards you with no hesitation. He has a sharp, screeching voice, not unlike a bird's cawing. May the charge of the Omnissiah's mercy persist in the hands of the faithful. May the motive force persist in the batteries. The Emperor protects. The man responds curtly, as if giving a military command. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. The hallowed electrodynamic cenobium receives you, pilgrim. I am Dar Impulse 6, a servant of the motive force and praetor electroid of this sacred monastery. Pascal bows down humbly before the man. A thrill of binaric signals comes from his vox, to which the praetor responds with a solemn gesture of blessing. Pascal turns to you and says, "The rank of praetor electroid is a sign of a high standing within the electro-priest fraternity. To have been granted an audience is a great honor. You have the honor of hosting the rogue trader, House von Valancius. I urge you to follow proper etiquette when interacting with the eminent bearer of the sacred warrant. Within these walls, worldly titles are nothing before the motive force. Your deeds, however, speak far louder than titles, for your path here is sprayed with the blood of the desecrators." Dar Impulse 6. It was you, wasn't it not, that Logis Abel came seeking an interpretation of his data trance? Yes, Tech Brother Abel. Tech Brother Abel arrived here to engage in magnetic meditation that would help clarify his visions. Unfortunately, the heretic's machinations prevented us from completing the ritual. The esteemed Logis volunteered his help in defending the monastery, but contact with him was lost soon afterwards. Tell me more about Logis Abel. We did not speak much to each other. He preferred to devote his time to solitary reflections in his chapel. The Omnissiah has given Tech Brother Abel a gift of great insight, which allows him to discern each individual facet of existence rather than the overall view. This makes his logic different from that of other people. His mind has always been able to combine facts and conclusions into harmonious wholes that were nothing short of beautiful. Many among my flock found his sermons poetic. What kind of visions was he receiving? The Omnissiah's revelation was encrypted with great meticulousness, which indicates its great importance. Grasping it fully is beyond my ability, but a single touch was enough for me to realize the enormity of the secret concealed within, or more exactly, the secret design, which was how Tech Brother Abel referred to it. His mind had discerned in the world around him traces of some grand silence that he wished to comprehend. I've rescued him from the insurgents. I hope the Omnissiah preserves Tech Brother Abel's life, that he may continue to comprehend the mysteries he's tapped into. I have few questions about this place and the people in it. Truth is like light, and blocking its path is criminal. The Praetor Electroid nods majestically. Who are you? The hard-working servants and dwellers of this cenobium, Electro priests and of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Corpuscari did us a great honor by entrusting into our care the sacred relic around which the hollowed electrodynamic cenobium was built. What precisely do you believe in? We have devoted ourselves to the worship of that aspect of the machine god which is known as the motive force. It is the blessed divine spark that creates impetus in the universe. The Omnissiah, in his mercy, gave the world the gift of the motive force, and we follow its impulses in order to increase it, bring it to lay people, and protect it from unholy hands. The relic that this monastery protects provides the entire planet of Rykad Minoris with the blessed motive force. And we, unworthy though we are glad to serve the ancient machine that dwells in this place. Tell me more about your relic. It would be pointless to describe the miraculous fusion reactor. Only through beholding its ferocious power can one comprehend its blessed essence, and fear the might of the Omnissiah. Its core was found 4,000 years ago, and delivered to Rykad Minoris by the holy warrior of faith Locke Impulse. During one of his campaign... Oh, the Locke Impulse first, I guess, during one of his campaigns. Its sacred spark has not yet gone out for an instant, and the walls and power unit of this cenobium have been erected around the relic in order to protect it from ignorant lay people, as well as protect it from its formidable might. Pascal keeps his solemn silence, but the quick clicking of his mechanite's claw betrays his excitement at being so close to the sacred Archaeotech. What was Archaeotech again? An incredibly rare and powerful piece of technology from humanity's ancient past. You're not like the other members of the Adeptus Mechanicus I've met. Our faith imposes a duty of obedience on us. Every Electro priest is given numerous Electus that combine in it a blessed Voltageist circuit, allowing feeble flesh to withstand the might of the motive force. That is why our skin glows with its light, and our eyes boil with and melt when we are ordained. The Omnissiah's tears is what we call this phenomenon. It's dying away of unworthy flesh. As we shun the layperson's primitive means of looking at the world, we gain the ability to sense the motive force around us with our entire bodies. Okay, I understand everything. Why are you calling me a pilgrim? Only those lay people who desire to experience the motive force are allowed to cross this monastery's threshold. All others are profaners and criminals. You do not belong to the fraternity of Electro priests, but your intentions are good. If you were not seeking the Omnissiah's wisdom, then it was the motive force itself that brought you here to find it. What happened here and how did you manage to survive? When the heretics descended in droves upon this cenobium, we gave battle, but the unholy foes buried the Omnissiah's warriors under a mass of their bodies, thus extinguishing the defenders' sparks of purity. It was then that I ordered my few surviving brethren to retreat into the monastery's secret chambers. Upon taking refuge there, we began to destroy the blasphemous intruders in surreptitious ways. Alas, as fiery as my brethren's anger was, I had no right to permit them to die in honest combat, for the task of taking back our abode still lay ahead for us. I must commend the skill which your secret chambers are concealed. You hear a tinge of a wounded pride in Heinrich's words, as if he's upset about failing to discover the Electro priest's shelter. Your choice of tactics was wise as well. There was no point in losing more lives in the massacre that the cultists wrought. The leader of the heretics fought her way into the ark wherein dwells the miraculous fusion reactor. He's trying to desecrate the rite of operation with her unholy litanies, so that the relic may be corrupted and the world of Rykad Minoris may perish in a fount of fire. But my brethren, in their magnetic meditation, are hampering her efforts by chanting Axe's request prayers in unison, thereby suppressing the commands that the blasphemers enter. Praetor Electroid nods towards his entranced comrades. This holy place will be protected against sacrilegious practices, I swear it. In this monastery, I was attacked by people who looked like Electro priests. That is a lamentable mistake. We knew of no help that was on its way, and we were not expecting to encounter any allies in the monastery chambers. But I see that you're alive, and I mourn the senseless deaths of my brethren. I wonder if you would have so touchingly mourned the Lord Captain's death, or if such sentiments would have only been awoken by the sound of our void ship delivering a punitive strike from orbit. Man, okay. Abelard has no chill. My enforcers and the governor's guard can help you reclaim the monastery. I cannot allow this. Lay people are forbidden from visiting the monastery, and only a select few are allowed to behold the Ark and the relic within. You and your retinue are pilgrims of a special status bestowed by the Emperor. However, should any soldier unblessed by the Omnissiah cross this monastery's threshold, I will deem them a heretic and have them put to death. Confirmed. The presence of lay people on monastery grounds without the Praetor Electroid's blessing will be regarded as sacrilegious violation of the holy rite of operation. Heinrichs opens his mouth for a second to say something, but changes his mind and quietly clears his throat instead. Sure. Better to die protecting their lumens and coils than to accept help from unworthies, and we're left to deal with the mess as usual. You made the right decision when you chose to avoid combat and save yourselves. Thank you, Pilgrim. It was not easy watching unholy intruders stampede through the chambers of my temple. We all envied our brethren who had fallen before that sacrilege began. I wish to get to the holy reactor. The Ark is hidden from pilgrims' eyes, but considering the extraordinary circumstances of your visit to this monastery, I grant you that right. The hall that leads to the High Reliquary has been barred by the enemy, but I will open a secret path for you. Enter the Ark and experience the motive force, Pilgrim. We will pray to the security systems that they may refrain from punishing you for the intrusion. Yeah, I'm gonna not take the help from him and say that I must press on. May the charge of the Omnissiah's grace persist in the batteries of the faithful. Cool. Let's save here. I want to loot this. I don't know if they're gonna get mad, but I don't think so. Okay. Cool. Okay. It's gonna be it for this episode. Next time we'll go down into the bowels of the monastery. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.